only Amon-Ra St. Brown talk for the next 20 minutes, the next 19 minutes and 53 seconds. That is the new theme of the draft night specials that we're doing here. We're going to pick one player, one topic at a time. You get hung up on if you dial in and mention another person's name. It is all St. Brown talk for 19 minutes and 37 seconds. We're also jumping into this Super Flex jersey contest league right here. So I'm going to drop that link right now. Boom, link has been dropped. I'll also pin the link in a second in the live chat if you want to get into this draft. It's going to fill up very quickly. Let me pin that link right now, actually. And this will be this is a $3 draft. Winner of the entire series. I mean, we're doing tons of these 2 QB Superflex drafts, and the winner through week 17, the highest scoring person out of all the drafts that we do, is going to win an autographed jersey. Probably going to be a Trevor Lawrence jersey, of a QB of that variety. Fields, maybe we'll dig into a Fields or Trevor Lawrence jersey, autographed jersey. Going to the Superflex winner. We already have only 5 spots left. The Fantasy Football Show, St. Brown, 18-minute edition of the show. It begins. Hold on, let me put this at the top here just so we don't lose this timer. It begins right now.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern.
What is going on, everybody? My name is Smitty. You're watching the Fantasy Football Show, and for the next 18 minutes and 10 seconds, we'll be talking only St. Brown. Anybody mentions another word on a phone call, they get hung up on. I don't answer any chat questions unless it's St. Brown related. This is the new format of the mock drafts. We're going to hammer home topics like no one else does, and we're starting off with Amon-Ra St. Brown with all the stuff going on surrounding his situation. We're going to dig right into it. Appreciate you all being here. Subscribe if you're new. And this draft, 2 more spots needed to fill this draft right here. We're not going to mock draft tonight. The mock draft data is so awful. We're just going to do this best ball draft. Focus on the best ball draft. It is currently still super flex. After the NFL draft, they will go back, I believe, to 1 QB if anybody's getting super flexed out. Smitty, only do ESPN drafts, please, says Dakota. Dakota, that's the last thing we're going to do, unfortunately. We'll probably never do another ESPN draft again until that ADP is updated and those rookies are included. That is the last place we're going to go, bro. I'm sorry. Appreciate everybody being here. Drop a thumb up on your way in the door. Dakota, I'm sorry. Phone lines are open, but again, be wary. Be wary, be careful. Don't you dare dial up and start talking about anything but St. Brown for the next 16 minutes and 56 seconds. St. Brown, where is he going to go in this super flex draft? Where does he go in a 1 QB draft? And are we buying this man too high walking out of this week? That's my concern. That's my wonder. My curiosity is venturing toward the what if we are all going to start drafting this guy way too high and then the value's gone. I'm a little bit skeptical that we're going to get to a territory I'm still willing to buy. I'm hoping that I'm wrong here. TMT dropping a super chat wad on screen. TMT, appreciate you, my guy. Let's see, where is this? TMT says, hit that thumb up button on your way in the door. Best fantasy show on YouTube. Thank you, TMT. Appreciate you dropping the $20 holler. And for that, you get a little rain action, baby.
Mashed potatoes!
Yeah, buddy.
Let's do this right. Appreciate you, TMT. Appreciate you, my guy. St. Brown has 428 receiving yards with 2 TDs, both against Jacksonville with 114 yards in in 6 games against 3 and 4 defenses last year. The rest of his yards came against 4 and 3. 3-4 defenses. I'm sorry. Thought you were saying records there for a minute. So you're saying 4-3 defenses. I got you. Only 1 TD. I don't know, bro. I think you can maybe draw some conclusions to that kind of data, but that's a very small sample to look at. Plus, he was injured. How do you factor in his injury? You start talking about 3-4 versus 4-3. I don't know. At first, I thought you were talking about records. But defenses, I mean, yeah, you could look at that, but I don't think you have enough data to totally look into that. Monty stock goes up, says peanut butter on waivers, maybe. It looks like I got the 8 pick in this draft. Ada is on the clock. This is a best ball super flex draft. Where does St. Brown go? Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Justin Fields, Joe Burrow, Justin Jefferson. I'm about to be on the clock here at the 8 pick. Who's going to be number 7? I assume it's going to be Jamar Chase or a quarterback. Might be Trevor Lawrence. Might be Lamar Jackson. Part of me thinks I'm just going to take Lamar here. I'm going to take Lamar here and see how this fares. See how this goes. Yeah, I'm afraid that St. Brown's going to go a little too early. I think he's going to climb into the Garrett Wilson territory, which it's doable. For them to earn that spot. Phone lines are open.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
We got a $9.99 hauler from Young. Where you been, pal? It's been a minute. Young used to be here dropping super chats all the time, and he vanished, and I'm glad to see his face. Smitty, changed my life. My injury has me in a dark place. I don't know where I'd be without these nightly lives. Bro, I'm sorry. Best channel on YouTube. What injury was it, Young? And second of all, yeah, bro, you always have a place here. I want you to know. This is your therapy, baby. We're here for you. And the phone lines are always open too, Young. Young, you get a pass if you want to call in and talk something not St. Brown, but maybe wait until this timer's over if you could, though, so we can keep the theme going strong on the first night. Smitty, you know I love St. Brown. Let's see it. So let's see it, says Ada. Tristan, you're live on the Fantasy Football Show.
Oh, what's going on, Smitty? I'm in this draft right now.
Yeah, what's up, pal? What you thinking?
Herbert, I kind of had to take Herbert at 9. Even though, I don't know, he's kind of, eh.
All right, get back on St. Brown talk before we hit the button. What are you thinking? We got 12 minutes. We got to force the St. Brown talk. We just got to force it, bro. This is the way we're going to hammer home content. No, you're good. Tell me what you're thinking about St. Brown right now. And in a super flex draft, if he's going in like the 12 to 15 territory, which is what I imagine, in super flex we bump it down like 10 to 12 spots, right? So I'm kind of feeling like he's going to go at the tail end of round 2, top of round 3 in our group, but you never know. I'm almost on the clock here. I know I'm going to have to dance around some other topics briefly, but here I am on the clock. My Lamar Jackson pick. I don't know how I feel about it. Running backs. I mean, I could go Walker. I could go Tyreek Hill. I could go Cooper Kupp. I think I'll go Cooper Kupp with this one. All right, back on track. What are you thinking, bro? Where do you think? Where do you think St. Brown goes?
I think he. Let me say. I think the Jameson Williams news really affects his value. Truthfully,
you think it affects him?
As far
how?
As I think it makes his value a lot better
if he's on the field.
In my eyes. I just think I'm saying Jameson Williams being suspended for a few games is going to help Amon-Ra's value. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
quite a bit, I think.
I think that's how most people feel because he's going to be force-fed. He plays in the slot. He's hard to double team. I know there was some talk about a 3-4, 4-3 different defenses. He did different things. I think personally that has zero to do with it. He was injured. It's so hard to extrapolate data like that when he was banged up for a quarter of the season or half the season. Real quickly, Tristan, hold on. 4:02, you're live.
Yo, Smitty, it's AJ Lancaster. How's it going?
What's up, Lancaster?
Not too much. I wanted to kind of give the counterpoint on that a little bit. The Lions don't have a field-stretching option. I think their passing game is going to be a little bit weaker right now for that first 6 weeks, right? Because they don't have a DJ Chark. They don't have anybody unless they pick up somebody in free agency right now.
Well, they got a lot of they'll address it. They got a lot of time. They'll probably address it.
Yeah. So, I mean, personally, where I'm at, I'm fading Sun God right now.
Where are you fading him, though? Like, I think it depends on where he's going personally. Because, like, in a super flex, he's probably going pretty soon. Let's go ahead and let's go look at wide receivers. He's the second wide receiver up right now. So there he went. He just went. Sun God went at the second pick in round 3. That makes sense in a super flex because in a 1 QB league, about 8 to 12 picks, you add to it. So he probably would have went around 14, 15, 16. And I'm with you that it could climb into a dangerous territory, but I feel like maybe at 15, 16, 17, he's still worth it. But I think that we look at last year, bro, and I mean, Jameson didn't really do anything yet. He hadn't really played this role that everybody's afraid now can't be played. Like this role now that he can't play this role, St. Brown's just going to be like gobbled up by defenses. St. Brown never had to worry about Jameson last year. Jameson did nothing.
Yeah,
maybe a little bit.
But he did have Chark as a field stretching option.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who's the field stretching option?
Yeah,
right now in Detroit.
Well, I hear what you're saying. I don't know if it's going to make me run. It's the only thing that's going to make me run is his ADP climbing into the first round. That's going to make me feel like it's too high. It's too high. It doesn't mean I don't love him. It's just he's too high.
And I mean, I love him, but it's like maybe like I'd probably push him back 6 spots where maybe people are going to try and climb up on him.
So you push him back 6 spots. See, I move him up for sure, but I just don't know how far I can go. A lot of people are going to go really, really, really high. I'm on the clock here. Hold on 1 second. I've got I could go quarterback here. I could go wide receiver here. Probably going to have to draft an RB. Let's go ahead. It's a little early, but I'd like to be as balanced as I can be. So I've got Lamar, ETN, and Cooper Kupp. All right. So you're moving them back. That's the first time I've heard that. I've heard some people say, I don't really like them more. I've heard a lot of people say I like them a lot more. But I've never heard anybody say I'm moving them back 6 spots because of that. I'm not saying you're wrong. It's just the first time someone's called it. Hey, bro, stranger things happen all the time.
Absolutely.
I think we all need to digest it a little bit, Like I went live as soon as this news broke, like 2-3 minutes into it, and so I hadn't had time to even like read everything yet. I went live on it, started talking about it. If anybody missed it, you can go watch that show. I don't think much has changed from my initial knee-jerk reaction. I think I'm still very intrigued by Sun God getting force-fed more. I'm still very worried about Sun God going too high to account for what you're describing, but at the same time, I'm not too worried about it because he didn't have. I know you're saying Chark was there, but I don't really. Chark's okay. I'm not super.
I think Chark kind of like. Sorry to interrupt you, man. Sorry. Chark kind of like Jameson Williams. I think they're both going to be better NFL wide receivers than they ever are fantasy wide receivers. They're the field stretching options. They're Mike Williams.
Good point.
Compared to Keenan Allen.
But they still got a lot of time left, bro. I mean, you're almost the way you're talking is logical, but at the same time, we're talking about being in the middle of April or just past the middle of April, and this team is going to address the wide receiver position. What if they bring in Hyatt? What if they bring in
fucking D-Hop?
D-Hop is an option. There's a lot of they could draft a big name player. Keep in mind, when you look at a team, in the NFL draft, a team that is capable of taking a risky play, it's teams that have 2 first-rounders. Seattle's got 2 first-rounders. Lions have 2 first-rounders. Eagles have 2 first-rounders. And so the Lions are in this. The Lions are in this mix of, and the Texans obviously. The Lions are in this situation where now they feel like they don't have a free pick. You can't look at it quite like that, but these are the teams that might go after Bijan. These are the teams. I'm not saying Seattle will, but this is the kind of thinking. You got multiple first rounders. You can take that gamble, and in the case of the Lions, maybe they thought about Bijan, but maybe they're now thinking about, okay, well, at 18, we can really take one of those big 4 wide receivers if we want. And who cares? Load up on wide receivers. We'll be fine. Yeah. I don't know how that makes me feel about St. Brown, though. Then we're back to, like, am I worried about St. Brown? Absolutely. If Zay Flowers lands in Detroit, I'm not excited about that for St. Brown.
I think Zay Flowers, I'm excited because, I mean, you know, they fill different roles. It's somebody that, say, like a Jordan Addison that I'd be worried about. It's like, oh, they're kind of more slot guys, that kind of thing. So that's kind of where I'm looking at it. I don't think I'm going to draft until after the draft now, just because, like, well, at least I'm not going to draft the Lions. I'm not going to draft the Lions.
I didn't mean
the draft now.
I didn't mean to take Watson there. I had him queued and I timed out, and so he went. That was a little early. I didn't want that. I was hoping to get him on the way back. Anyway, yeah, let's go back over to Tristan. Tristan, what else you got? 4 minutes to St. Brown. Hit me with it.
He went. I'll say this: he's going a lot later than he was like a couple months ago. I don't know if like the in-season hype is kind of dying out or what, but I feel like a couple months ago, like in startups, maybe not a couple months ago, but like right after the season ended in startups, he was going like in Superflex startups. He was going like second round, I feel like, and he just went the top of the third there.
Yeah, I mean it's in a super flex. He went at 26 overall.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Super flex 26 overall. That's still
it's high. But when you look at it, like
yeah.
Olave went after him, Devontae Smith went after him, Jalen Waddle. Those are all arguable. Devontae Adams. I think St. Brown could easily outscore all those guys or be right there with them. Maybe one or two outscores him. It could be very close, but I don't think one of those names feels shockingly like, oh my God, like how did St. Brown go ahead of those guys? I love Chris Olave. He's my favorite player to draft in round 3, period. But I think I'm not shocked. I would not be shocked at all if Amon-Ra had no problem outscoring every wide receiver that's been drafted after him in this draft. So, like, how can we really? I mean, how can I say at least that it's a mistake taking him in the 3rd round, even in a super flex? He could be a top 5, 6 wide receiver. Slot guys are really hard to double. Like I said, I agree with what you're saying, Lancaster, right now, but we're in April. They will bring in a wide receiver now. We just don't know how big a name it's going to be. Is it going to be a Hopkins? Is it going to be a rookie? Is it going to be a Boutte? Is it going to be a Hyatt? Is it going to be a Zay Flowers, Quentin Johnson, Jordan Addison? I mean, it could be any one of those guys. If I'm the Lions, I have no problem drafting a wide receiver like that and having St. Brown, Jamison Williams, and Quentin Johnson. I mean, you'd have one of the most dynamic wide receiver rooms in the entire National Football League. Bringing in a quarterback next offseason wouldn't even be that hard. You know, like you got amazing.
Oh, I'll tell you what. If it doesn't happen on draft night, I'll call in again the day it happens. All right?
Yeah. I mean, if they don't address the wide receiver position much, I'm okay with having another conversation about this and maybe changing my tune. But at the same time, it is only 6 games. You know, like what if St. Brown struggles a little bit for 3 of the games and does pretty well the other 3 games? Because you can't expect every defense in every situation to like fold just because Chark isn't there. You know what I mean? But like, let's say he does struggle. But let's say he does struggle for 6 games. Then if you're correct, it's a bad thing. Then he returns back to form. So either way, it's like he gets a dose of the other. I don't know.
And best ball still has the value too because you're drafting for the playoffs. You know, the week 1, but
and you also have other players that could outscore him, and that's fine. They go into your lineup automatically, so you don't have to worry about it in best ball. So I mean, it is true. Best ball is a little bit more, like accepting of some ups and downs. Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, when they address that the wide receiver issue, if it's not on draft night, it's another night, I'll call in. We'll talk about it. I'll talk to you later, man.
For sure, bro. All right, call in anytime.
Sure. All right.
I'm almost. Yeah. Let's see. What do I got? I got. Let's go Gibbs, I guess. Tristan, what else do you have? You're free to discuss any other player you would like as the timer's ticking down from 10 seconds. I just want to stay strict on this, topic at hand because I've put a lot of players in the titles of the last couple of shows, and then we haven't talked about the player very much at all. So we're gonna start making this kind of a routine. But it's the timers. Oh, it's triple zeros. You're good to go. Open the floor up to whatever you want. Phone lines are open.
Yeah, I'm trying to not get too distracted from this draft here.
Yeah, let me look at these teams real quick. So from the one spot, Mahomes, CeeDee Lamb, Daniel Jones, Drake London, TJ Hawkinson. Number 2, Josh Allen, Garrett Wilson, Amon-Ra, Nick Chubb, Derrick Henry. Look, that's a very, very well deployed wait on running back strategy. Because if Chubb and Henry do have a little left in the tank, that's a great duo to have with Garrett Wilson, Amon-Ra, and Josh Allen. Deploying the how to win and dominate a draft strategy to a T, bro. The strategy is to just go back to normal. Don't go double QB. Don't go 3 QBs. Don't go 2 QBs in the top 3 rounds. It's to go back into normal mode. That's the way you win a super flex league, in my opinion, when you have a top 5 pick. And you can just tell by looking at your squad that you have the most dominant squad. Doesn't matter. You got to address that quarterback position at some point and try your best to fill it, because you do really want to have like a Sam Howell or somebody in there. But that's a real good. I'm on the clock now. Okay, I got Jahmyr Gibbs. QB, I'm going to Q Anthony Richardson. I'm probably going to take him, I think. I don't see any running backs here that are making me want to jump. I don't see the wide receivers. There's Jameson just sitting there. I don't see any tight ends that are making me want to jump. Let's get in the Anthony Richardson game here. And so my squad. You what?
No, I was probably going to grab him on the way
Oh, my
back.
bad. Lamar Jackson, Anthony Richardson, Travis Etienne, Jahmyr Gibbs, Cooper Kupp, Christian Watson. Feel pretty good about that. It's a pretty balanced squad. Whoops. I went out of that. There we go. Rock out. Let's see what Rock out's team looks like. Joe Burrow, Kenny Walker, Saquon Barkley, Najee Harris, and Debo. Very, very well deployed. How to dominate your super flex draft with a top 5 pick strategy, my man. Look at the squads. Whenever this is deployed, it looks amazing, does it not? It looks amazing. You get Stroud, that's a good second quarterback. How is this not the best plan of attack? It's such. I mean, granted, he could balance it differently between the running backs and wide receivers, but that's preference. I mean, it's good. It's good. All right, let's see this. Isn't this prime? No, it's not. I thought this was prime for some reason. Hurts, Tua, Ramondre, Jacobs, Diggs, Hopkins. Very, very solid. Jake the Snake, a.k.a. previously known as That's Fire. What's up? You're live?
Yeah, I want to talk Zay Flowers and just the rookie receiver class.
Yeah.
I think Zay Flowers is wide receiver 1 because whatever situation he goes to is probably going to be better than JSN. And when I watched the film on Flowers, I mean, he's the one who plays like he's Quentin Johnson's size. Quentin Johnson plays so small.
He does.
And he's not aggressive at all for a guy who's 6'4".
I'm not a big Quentin Johnson believer. Zay Flowers, when I did my early, I don't know if you saw my early wide receiver ranking video for the rookies before the draft, before any buzz, before any landing spots are being projected, before anything, just based on talent alone, Flowers was my number 1. And it wasn't really that close. He is the most gifted wide receiver in this draft. I love JSN. I do. I think he's going to be phenomenal. But if anybody's going to be the next Antonio Brown, it's Zay Flowers. And if JSN gets the right situation and spot, he could certainly be Cooper Kupp. I don't think we'll get two of those top 5 guys. I think one of them will end up being that good, and the other one, or even Addison, could be top 10 to 12 capable. But I think Zay Flowers, he does have to land. I kind of disagree with you in that he's like situation proof. I feel like JSN's more situation proof because of his route running, and any team's going to be able to use him in the ways that I think he can play, whereas Zay Flowers kind of needs I believe, the right environment. Because if he goes somewhere at a smaller size, and because I don't think Antonio Brown would have just flourished anywhere. I think it all unfolded perfectly for him. You need a certain type of quarterback. I don't know. I feel like Zay Flowers could thrive in a lot of places, but I don't know if he could thrive everywhere. But I love him. I love him. If he goes to the right spot, the sky's the limit.
I look at his field vision and the way he goes for contact and goes for contested catches. I think he's the receiver who's most likely to get 1,000-yard season in his rookie year. Like, Zay Flowers, to me, translates to the NFL immediately.
Certainly could.
And he's the only receiver I've watched on film where I think that.
Who's talking in there? Is that Adam? Adam, what are you doing? What are you doing, Adam?
Sorry. Sorry about that.
Are we bothering you?
I'm at work.
Are we interrupting anything, Adam?
I was
Should we be quiet while you figure out what you're doing over there?
sorry.
That's all right.
I'm ADD.
All right, keep going, Jake.
Yeah, so Flowers, I think Flowers is the most likely receiver to be 1,000-yard guy his first year in the league, which is why I'm going to be big on drafting Flowers, because I think his ADP will probably be below JSN. And he's really a guy in a later round who could win you a league, or at least get you production.
Like Travis,
at wide receiver.
like Travis said, we're pulling for the Chargers. If Flowers lands in the Chargers uniform, everybody wins. Everybody. So really hoping for that. I would say the thing about JSN, though, I do think JSN would fit better overall in a lot of different spots. Like, he could go to Chicago. Flowers could go to Chicago, too. Like, Flowers is a really good fit for most teams. I'm just saying JSN is such a good route runner. He's so amazing at that. He'll thrive anywhere. I mean, JSN blew away Olave and Garrett Wilson when they're all in the same lineup together. Like, JSN had a better season than all those guys, and they can't be overlooked. But I mean, you're not going to get any arguments for me, man. I mean, look at my Moon Man list.
The Moon Man dropping.
Do you see You see any other rookie wide receiver on here but Zay Flowers? I mean, so definitely loving this guy's upside. But he does, will be contingent on landing spot. But I think he does land somewhere good too. I think he goes high.
Yeah.
It wouldn't shock me if he's the first or second wide receiver taken too. Like, I know everyone always gets shocked on draft day when like a Rager gets taken, or I'm not saying he's Rager, but happens all the time. Like, for anybody to think they know how the wide receivers are going to fly off the board, we're always surprised. He could at least be the second wide receiver taken. The Chargers could do it too. The Chargers would be a great spot.
Yeah, I'm worried about, I think Addison. So I think Addison will have a good career, but I think he'll probably have a slow rookie season. Like, I don't see him realistically getting more than 600-700 yards. And that's the case for most rookie wide receivers, It's just the nature of how the league goes. I feel like they start off slow and then they build up afterwards. But Zay Flowers, to me, I watch him play and I'm like, yeah, this guy's going to be a 1,000-yard receiver next year. I don't know why. I just watch his.
I mean,
like,
I know why. He's amazing. He looks like Antonio Brown met Steve Smith, and they made a football player together. That's what it looks like. Let's go over to Adam real quick. Adam, are you settled in there?
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm at work, and I thought I was on mute.
It's fine, bro. What's going on?
For going back to the St. Brown situation, I think what'll happen is I think the Lions might rely on the run a little bit more. But as I was telling you on the last show, I could see them putting Swift out wide a little bit more, using him. That way they could put your best players on the field at the same time with, Montgomery, St. Brown, and Swift.
Yeah. I look, hey, they're going to have to compromise some things and change and move around some things, given that they're going to be without Jamison Williams. They were expecting to be with him. He wasn't just some wide receiver. This guy was, let's put some respect on Jameson's name. He was a guy that was going to rival St. Brown. And I know we love St. Brown. Everybody's all over St. Brown right now. I'm to the moon. I love St. Brown. You guys know how much I love St. Brown. He was one of the biggest bold predictions and lands for this show and all the content last year. So no one can tell me how good St. Brown's going to be. I think we pretty much established that this community is as high as it gets on St. Brown. But Jameson Williams is a good player. And when he is no longer in this offense, they're going to have to get creative. They're going to have to bring someone in, or they're going to have to, like you said, use Swift all over the place. And that's going to be good for Swift. The other thing, though, we got to keep in mind on the flip side is that it's only 6 games. And maybe mountains aren't moved and offenses are completely uprooted and changed and draft picks are, switched out, and now you're spending a draft pick on a wide receiver if you weren't going to. If you're going to anyway, or you're borderline going to, it makes sense. But it is 6 games. They will survive, even if St. Brown's double teamed for 6 straight games, which will be hard to do in the slot. But even if he is, and he has 2 or 3 good games, 2 or 3 bad games, that is only 6 games. Jameson will be back. His knee will be even healthier probably because he'll get to rehab it and just kind of focus on staying healthy. I don't know. I'm not sure the Lions get affected all that much. And I don't think crazy changes have to happen. If they happen naturally, great. If they were thinking about Hopkins anyway, great. But I think there's 2 sides of this coin, and I could really argue either side. I think you're hearing me argue either side because I'm not 100% certain on how it's going to play out. I don't know what they're going to do. I just know that everybody's freaking out like this is like 10, 15 games, or the season. It is 6 games. 6 games will fly by. We'll literally be in October. It'll be like mid-October, and we're like, oh, God, we got a lot of football left, and Jameson's back. The Lions are 4-2. They did okay. They're going to be fine. Jameson, maybe like the previous caller said, Chark stretched the field. Maybe not a great fantasy guy, but football, he stretched the field from a football perspective. But he wasn't doing anything. He wasn't relevant last year. So I don't know that I'm all that concerned about, doing things. Tristan, did I just take your guy?
No, but I was afraid that you might. I was between a couple receivers. You love drafting Houston Kamara.
I do, bro. I love drafting Kamara. I mean, look where I took him. 104. I just don't.
It's
the 9th round. I love it. I absolutely love it.
He could easily. It's so easy.
What?
It's so easy to write Kamara off. It's so easy to write Kamara off, but you're right. He could have a half elite season. Like one more half season of like top 10, production.
What do you guys think about this squad so far?
Happen.
Lamar, Anthony Richardson, those are my quarterbacks. ETN, Gibbs, and Kamara. They're all kind of the same back. They're all hybrid backs. ETN, Gibbs, and Kamara. Cooper Kupp, Watson, Pickens, and Mike Evans. It's pretty good. I don't mind it.
Yeah, it's a solid squad.
It's hard to
running backs because half PPRs. Those are all producers.
Yeah, and doing it from my draft slot, which is pretty hard. The 8 spot's rough. It's not something I enjoy drafting from the 8 spot in a super flex.
Yeah, the 8 spot.
From
the 8 spot, I think it looks pretty solid.
I feel like walking out of a draft when I get
Definitely
the 8 spot.
Solid.
It's like
pains me to.
I actually love the 8 spot in like a regular best ball.
You're regular, but 8
Absolutely
spot in a
love
super
it.
flex. I feel like just standing up and
It's rough.
feel like standing up, throwing my entry fee in the air, and walking out. Be like, thanks for stealing my money. It's really that big of a deal to me. I really think that in Superflex, if you don't have one of those big 5 quarterbacks, maybe Trevor Lawrence, but I still feel like when I have a Trevor Lawrence team, I still don't like it as much. It's getting closer, but when I get a Joe Burrow, Fields, or anybody above, Josh Allen, Mahomes, Hurts, any one of those top 5 quarterbacks, like just look at the teams from this one spot. Mahomes. Let me get this caller on here. Mahomes, Lamb, Daniel Jones. I don't like that team. I think, no offense, LP, but I would not have taken Danny Dimes. My strategy, look, you already got Russell Wilson down there. You didn't even need Daniel Jones. Who's LP? Who's LP? Okay, but look at team 2.
You got me.
Huh? What? What's going on here? Hello?
Hello?
All right, hold on. Let me get through this. Let me get through this real quick. Josh Allen, Garrett Wilson. This is the 2 spot. Josh Allen, Garrett Wilson, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Nick Chubb, Derrick Henry, Jameson Williams. There he goes. that I wouldn't have done. But that at least up to that pick, round 6. That's a fantastic start. That's in my opinion, that's how you smash a super flex. And Ada, I think Ada, you did okay getting Carr. I don't think it's a bad move, but I really, really believe that you could have done more damage grabbing, let's say, Richardson in like the 5-6 territory and use that number 4 round pick on one of these big heavy hitters that is still available, like Drake London or I took Chris Watson early. I timed out. But that's what I would do. I'm telling you, the most success you're going to have with this top 5 pick strategy is to not blow it on another subpar QB in the 2nd, 3rd, or 4th round when you can get these players. Like, look at Russell Wilson in round 7. Like, why are you messing around with Danny Dimes and Tua in round 3 when you can get a Russell Wilson in round 7? And I'm not love Russell Wilson, but Jordan Love at the end of round 5. Bryce Young in the middle of round 5. Use rounds 1, 2, 3, 4 or use rounds 2, 3, 4 on non-QBs if you are lucky enough to get Mahomes, Allen, Hurts, Fields, or Joe Burrow. Just try it for me. If you try it and you don't love your team, don't do it ever again. But you're going to absolutely love your team. It's the only way to go. It truly is. Look at the difference. Look at that Danny Dimes team in the 1 slot. No offense, but that was where this thing went sideways. It's like, I like Danny Dimes, but you have Russell Wilson down there. You didn't need it. You could have had Amon-Ra, an Olave, a Drake London. You have Drake London already, but like that type of player. I'm sorry. Let's go over to who's on the line. I added somebody and then they hung up, I think. 408 caller. Are you still here? I don't think they are. Let's go back over to, here's the 408 caller. They're calling back. 408 caller. Who is this? You're live.
Hey, what's going on, bro? It's Young. It's Young.
Oh, Young. What's up, pal?
Hey, how's it going, man? I'm a huge fan of the channel, bro. I just appreciate everything that you do. It's my favorite channel. All my whole league is it's a shark league, man, and everybody's always like, who's the Moon Man? And I'm like, hey, bro, the Moon Man, he's got all the answers, and they're like, tell me who he is, and I can't give up that kind of information. You know what I mean?
The Moon Man. Miss Smitty doesn't understand it. I'm sitting here, like, a lot of times we'll be driving somewhere, we'll be waiting, getting food or something, and I'll like be checking my text line because I got on thefantasyfootballshow.com. I've got the one-on-one text line. I don't know if you're on that, but we'll be sitting there waiting for food. We'll be doing something, and then I'll be checking my messages. I'm like, hey, I got to grab a couple of these. And I'll be responding. I'm like, yeah, he's, we're putting him on the Moon Man list. He might be a Mars Man tomorrow. I'm not sure. If we're lucky, I'm not sure if we'll have time. And she's just looking at me like, what do you do for a living? Like, really, what do you really do? Are you really doing anything? Like, are you doing something on the side that I don't know about? Because how could you possibly make a living talking about making Moon Men into Mars Men and maybe coming up with the Galaxy Men list? I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
No.
But once your boys hear the Moon Men list, they'll know it's us. But anyway, Young, how did you injure? You injured yourself, you said?
Yeah, it's quite the situation I've been in, man. I about a year ago, I'm from the Bay Area. Actually, I'm a Niner fan, and I actually discovered you through our SF Niners fan, our boy Raj.
Yeah, our boy.
Good guy. And that's how I saw you guys going live together one time, man. And I just was like, what's this about, And then ever since then, I've been hooked on the show.
Nice, man.
Love the community, great community. And so about a year ago, I'm in Santa Cruz, and I'm with my family, with my niece, and I'm standing up on this rock, and I kind of slipped off of this rock at the beach and like tried to kind of land. It was like a 6-7 foot rock, nothing crazy, but I tried to land a certain way, and I just didn't land right, and I just smashed both of my feet, and this was last May. And of course, I got a job, I got to pay bills and do all that. And it was one of those things I thought I could just walk it off, and then it just got worse and worse, and been out of work for a while, and had, been to all kinds of different doctors, and, nobody's really been able to help me much. And I mean, I've basically fractured both my heels, and it turned into basically like double plantar fasciitis.
Oof.
And then with that, it's been, since my feet are all messed up, it's been messing with my back. Now I got back problems, feet problem. I mean, I'm 28 years old, and I just can't believe that this is my reality right now, and I wanted to see what you thought about, the double plantar fasciitis, and like, do I got Smitty's blessing? You think I'm going to get through this?
I do have all my knee models and everything. I feel honored that you're coming to me for some medical advice, but I would caution you against taking anything I say with anything more than a grain of salt. But I mean, have you, when you've gone to somebody to have it looked at, what has been the first and second doctor's reaction? Because I'm sure you've gotten a couple second opinions, right, or at least one second opinion. And
I've been to a few different doctors, and they're just like, hey man, just take it easy. It's going to take time. And
so nothing's broken in the heels. They're just like, it's plantar fasciitis.
I tore a muscle also in my left, like I tore a partial tear in my left heel too of a muscle. So it's just,
all right. Hey, I'm going to tell you what to do. Have you done a lot of rehab?
I've been doing physical therapy since January, and it's what I'm kind of in this stage where it starts to, I have 4 or 5 really good days, and then I go dancing with Puerto Rican girls, and I'm right back where I started.
Well, I mean,
you know what I mean?
I think maybe you got to take it easy. Remember how you got here standing on a big old rock trying to do something crazy? If you have good days without dancing, then you just need to take it easy, bro. You got to take some rest. Also, do you do a lot of physical therapy, or do you do it sporadically? I know it's expensive.
I'm doing I'm getting in there at least once a week,
Okay.
And
so they're giving you exercises
if I can.
Hey, also look up
look
up Bob and Brad, the most famous physical therapists on the internet. That's what they're called on YouTube. Bob and Brad physical therapists. Go comb through their videos and try and find a plantar fasciitis exercise or two. Maybe there's some stuff you aren't doing. But, bro, that's all it is. If you've gone to doctors and they're not like, bro, we got to have surgery right now, and you're talking about just the muscles and the fact that you've just put yourself in a horrible position and you're walking on it every day, it sounds like you're not healing it. You're not healing it. You just told us you went out and danced with Puerto Rican girls after it felt good, and then it felt bad. So, like, you're telling me the whole story here, and that whole story is that you aren't able to slow down long enough to let this heal. So you need to.
Yeah, I mean,
we need to put you on the IR,
it's tough
bro.
Being a young guy, and I'm on the IR right now, most definitely. I'm on the IR. It's been tough, and but through this time, even as going back as far as last season, this channel is one of the only things that has brought me joy and has made me feel like I'm a part of something, man. And I tune in every single day, every single weekday. That even the ones you might do a random one on the weekend.
This man would rather hang out with me than go dancing with Puerto Rican girls. So I feel honored. I feel honored right now.
No, absolutely. That's what I should be doing. I should be hanging out with Smitty, not going out there risking it all.
Right.
For something that is, but yeah, I think all the doctors, it was like, you got to give it time, dude. You're young. You just got to rest. You got to give it time. So it's a long game. And I mean, is there, as far as like from an athletic perspective, is this something that just takes time and just goes away?
So when you've had, like I said,
man.
when you've seen a doctor, they haven't told you have like a broken heel or a fracture that you just have some bruise.
It was fractured. It was fractured, but it was a contusion in the heel and a minor fracture. And then after doing a bunch of X-rays, that it healed. But it's just something that's just been.
Have you ever been off it, or you just continuously walked on it since the beginning? Because that's all you got, a contusion that's never gone away. You should have been on one of those carts, bro, with your leg on your knee on it, and you just kind of scooted around for a while. You should have sat in bed for a week straight. You probably still should. You probably still should.
It just sucked because I had to pay bills. I had to keep working. The rent was due, and I didn't have time like that. So what I did was I kept working, working out, whatever, and it just got extremely worse than
what do the physical therapy people tell you? Like, do they say, hey, you shouldn't be walking on it, or you just need to keep you've got to be getting professional advice from these people, like stay off it, or you keep walking on it to make sure you're getting range of motion or something. What are they telling you? Is anybody telling you not to walk on it? Anybody telling you that you need to have surgery? Anybody telling you anything other than to continue the course? What do they tell you? What do they tell you too when you tell them you went dancing?
It's got dancing is probably not is not what I should be doing right now. And I understand that, and I just we have these urges, and things come up, and that kind of thing.
You know who you remind me of right now, bro? Jameson Williams. Jameson Williams was told not to gamble on school grounds. And what does he do? He can't control himself. A couple Puerto Rican girls said, "Hey, come over here to this. We got this app over here. Let's get on the bus and drop a couple, college volleyball bets." That's you, bro.
Yeah.
You remind me of it.
Yeah. No, I mean, let's talk a little bit of football real quick, though, man. And the Jameson Williams. What do you think about all that? How do you feel about the whole Jameson Williams situation?
I've talked about it a lot already, but I'll just say in a nutshell. I think St. Brown.
I know, and you did. I know you made a video on it, and I didn't. That's one video that I didn't watch earlier. I know you made a video earlier today.
In a nutshell, Jameson Williams is going to be back. It's not like he's out for the season. It's not like he's re-injured. He's going to sit out 6 weeks and try and rehab, something you need to do. Just try and rehab properly and get that knee right, which could be a blessing in disguise. Maybe he starts week 1 and has all kinds of swelling and he's still not quite there, so this could be a blessing in disguise. Some guys take that a little over that full year. I think he comes back and he looks really, really good. I don't know that he gets to the point where it's kind of like a rookie season for him. He has flashes, and that at the end of this year, Jameson Williams shows us what he could maybe be doing the next year in 2024. I think St. Brown gets force-fed like a monster. I think he gets 10 targets a game minimum. Like he's double-digit targets every single game. I think once week 7 comes, there's still a chance that he's still getting amazing touchdown opportunities, and any target loss he has, he maybe makes up for it there because he's getting better every day too. He's improving. St. Brown's not what he needs to be yet. He's still maturing, so that guy can get better too. Can Goff support both of them once both are back in the lineup together? I don't know. I don't really fully know how I feel, and that's kind of why before this whole thing went down, I was feeling a little uneasy with St. Brown climbing into round 2 before this happened. Now I feel like he's almost gold at the end of round 2. I think at the top of round 2 or into the bottom of round 1's too early. That's where I think Garrett Wilson's going, where I think we all feel Garrett Wilson can earn it, but Garrett Wilson's no lock to explode from number 9 overall value. So if St. Brown climbs into like the 12-13 turn, the upside is kind of limited. You know, like he could still earn it. And you could say that for a lot of players. Like, I mean, if you're taking Tyreek Hill at 5, your upside's limited in some respects because I like Olave in the 3rd round almost as much as I like anybody not named Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson. I really love Olave.
Absolutely. And
so, like,
yep, me too. And I'm hoping that I can pick up Olave in the 3rd round. And you know, a lot of the people in the 1st round, the Jeffersons and the Jamars, and you know, a lot of the running backs in the 1st round, I'm you know, second guessing, skeptical on picking up, like the Derrick Henrys and the Jonathan Taylors. You know, I like a lot more running backs in the 2nd round than I do in the 1st round.
Yeah,
so I'm trying to figure out what.
Well, we talked about this earlier, bro. This is what I was saying, that if you get a 1st rounder, here's the board right here. If you get a 1st rounder, trade it down to round 2 for a round 2 and round 3 pick. Surrender your 1, surrender your 6. So surrender your 1 and 6 for a 2 and 3. And then move your 5 and 4 into round 2. So you're moving your 2 and 6 to a 2, or your 1 and 6 to a 2 and 3. Then you're moving your 4 and 5 for a 3. And then you end up drafting Bijan, St. Brown, Walker, Olave, Joe Burrow, and having this like monster team. Because I don't care. I like Olave as much as I like Tyreek Hill, and I don't care what anybody says about it. It's not that I'm gonna draft him in the same territory. I'm just saying, if I can move my Tyreek Hill pick in round 1 into round 3, and get a 2nd rounder for it, like I'm all aboard. You know?
Yeah.
Give me a Walker and Olave over Tyreek Hill. And let's see here. Let's go Zappy, I guess.
I love Walker, love ETN. Love Walker, love ETN in the 2nd round. I like Tony Pollard more than any of those guys. You know, Henry, Eckler, Taylor. So, yeah, I think we got a good thing going. Even last year, bro, I had Kenneth Walker, Damian Pierce, Nick Chubb, Jamar Chase. I had, I had Keenan Allen, and that absolutely ruined my whole year getting Keenan Allen. But I had, you know, from Smitty's, you know, from everything that you said, I had a good little squad, you know, going. I had some good running backs last year.
Yeah. Hey, bro. So have you tried for your foot? Have you tried shockwave therapy?
I've tried that. I've tried everything, dude. I've tried rest. I was rolling around in my house on a knee scooter for 3 weeks. I was doing all kinds of icing, doing everything I could have done to this point. And I've noticed that I'm in a place right now. I feel like I'm in another stage of the injury where I'm at a point where I start to feel good and then push it a little bit.
Okay.
And then I'm hurting again.
So why don't you just
start to feel good again, and then.
Have you ever pushed it just by working and being calm in your house, or is it always you doing something extra? Because it sounds to me like, bro, you need to cut out every single extracurricular thing. Go to rehab, go to work, and take it easy at work, you know, whatever. But just rest it for 4 months straight without doing a single thing. That's all you got to do. It sounds like you just haven't explored that. You just can't explore that. You're too active, but. That's the answer,
hey,
bro.
Smitty, what's up, guys? This is Andy. I called in.
What's up, Andy?
I dealt with plantar fasciitis for years. I still deal with it.
All right, why don't you
and
talk
I can
to
tell you
him.
guys, like, what I've done. I have a personal friend that's a doctor, and he helped me tremendously. Way better than physical therapy and everything.
All
and
right,
it was pretty simple, really. What was your name, bro? What's the caller's name?
The guy
it's Young, bro. Young. What's going on?
Young. What's up, man? So here's what I do, all right?
What's going on,
when I wake up, I stretch out like my calf. I put my toe up, and I do that stretch every morning, where you put your toe up in the air. They probably taught you that stretch. And then what you have to do is you have to dunk your fucking feet nice. Sorry to swear, but you dunk it in there. I do it like every other day at least. 15, 20 minutes. And you do that, and I'm telling you, it sucks, but that's what you have to do. You have to stretch it all the time.
What? Hey,
you got to dunk.
Hey, Andy, what is?
It's brutal.
What's going on?
I know exactly what you're going through, bro.
Andy, what's going on in the heel that's making you need to continue to do that? Like, has the doctor friend of yours described why it's not going away? Like, what is causing this to need to occur in order for you to be okay each day?
Right. Well, it's just inflammation, really, and it's causing your foot to almost contract. So it's knocking. It's like right now, it's knocking his back. His whole body is going to get knocked out of alignment. It's crazy. And it's painful. So when you go out, it's good. You might have a couple of drinks, and then the next morning you're dehydrated, you're inflamed, and it's going to hurt. So you have to stick with stretching it out. Another trick you can do is take a golf ball, put it in the freezer, and then when you're sitting at home, you just roll out your feet with the golf ball, frozen.
All right, Young, I want you to try the ice bath. Do it every day, not every other day. Do it every day. How long, Andy? 5 minutes?
15 to 20 minutes. You don't want to go longer than that.
All right, Young, you listen to that. I don't want you going 75 minutes, bro, because you get distracted. You're looking at places to go, dancing.
If you ice it for too long, you can actually make it worse.
Yeah, so 10 to 15 minutes max. Do it every day, and then try to do that stretch in the morning. This is not advice. This is just.
I don't know if you understand the stretch that I was.
My opinion.
I don't know how to explain it, but you just put your toe up, and you stretch your calf.
All right, Young, try. I want you to try it for. I want you to try it for. Let's say a month, and I want you to call back and tell us if you're almost healed. And you can thank Andy.
Okay.
You can send Andy
and if your body's being affected, then I can give you a whole routine that I did, and it took me a few months. But you really have to if your back and stuff is starting to get affected, you have to start working on your body from your feet up. That's the only way you're going to be.
Are you able to, at this point? Do you have you can do activities? You can go for a hike. You can run a mile. What is?
Yeah. But I do that. I stretch every morning. I stretch every morning.
Something tells me, Young, you skip.
Me too.
Something tells me you skip it once in a while, though, Young.
No, I can do whatever now, but it took me a while.
Something tells me when you're out Puerto Rican dancing, bro, you might not be doing everything every day, is my guess. Am I wrong?
Right. No, hey man, I do. I'm a little bit inconsistent with it, but it's just I've been dealing with it for a year. And then when I first got hurt, it wasn't like that. It wasn't that bad. It didn't feel like that. So I kept working out, doing all my daily stuff, doing all my my stuff. And then, next thing I know, it was I couldn't walk. My everything, my feet, my back, I was just done for it, know, and I'm in this tough spot where I don't know.
Hey, you got the answer right in front of you. It sounds like Andy's got a good plan of attack here.
Man, I went through the same thing, bro, and I went I had to take these questions, how to fix myself. Yeah. I went through physical therapy and I did all this stuff.
Try it out for a month, bro.
I'm telling you, this is the path. Try it, bro. Just do it every day. Every day.
Yeah. No. I think time too, as time has gone on, because before, when I would go dancing with Puerto Ricans, 3-4 months ago, I'd be out for 2 weeks. It was so bad after, and then
that's
just
some rough
recently,
dancing, bro.
With the Puerto Ricans. Now it's more when I push it like that, it's more of a 3, 4, 5, 6 day. I'm hurting bad again, can't even hardly get out of bed type of thing. So I do think that I'm getting close to that threshold. And I've talked to other friends with certain types of injuries like that. And it's it's a long game. And the first year is, it's bad. And then, you get to this point where you start feeling good, then you push it, and you feel good. Then I do believe that I will get there again. I will get back.
Wait till you get older, young.
Smitty's blessing, man.
Wait till you even get older. It's just this. You're describing what happens when you turn like 40. When you turn 35, 40, you start your body starts breaking down. Like you can't go dancing with Puerto Rico, bro. That can't happen at 35, 40 years old. You're done with that at that point. Any one of the people watching that's over 35 years old that goes out dancing all night long isn't going to be able to move for 2 weeks. But listen, the answer is right here in front of your face. I want you to do it for a month straight. A month straight, bro. No excuses. A month straight, and then tell us if it's healed. It's worth trying.
Yeah,
I'm too young. Bro. I'm just too young to be dealing with this type of thing, man.
Well,
but I appreciate that. You said your name was Andrew.
Yeah, Andrew.
You got this, young.
Hey, man, thank you so much for the insight, man. I do. You know, I just need Smitty's blessing, his injury blessing, bro. That's what I need more than anything right now.
Let me give you a hard little, let me give you a little tough love here. Do the what he just described for 1 month. No excuses. No skipping an ice bath. Stretch every morning before you stand up like this man just laid out, and stop dancing for that month. Okay, this what I'm describing to you does not include you going out and dancing and doing all these things in conjunction with it. Do it for 1 month. Give your body 1 month to heal. And if it doesn't work, then I would probably head to a different doctor. But it sounds to me like you got a solution here. I just have a feeling you're going to go dancing about 4 or 5 times in between all this, and you're not going to give it a fair chance for a month, bro. You got to get it a month, young. You got to give it a month.
I will.
Yeah,
I'll give
I mean, I just bought like plastic trays. You know what I mean? Big enough to fit. It was like $3 at Walmart, and that's what I put my feet in. Just ice water right in there. Then it's gonna suck a little bit, but after a few times, it's really not that bad.
Yeah, I just hope that it's not like a chronic thing at this point, because it's been a year. I've done ice buckets and all kinds of stuff. Oh, excuse me, my dog's barking. I'm sorry about that. Hold on. Good Lord.
Yeah, I have a feeling that you aren't giving yourself enough rest, bro. Rock out. Hey, let's go over to Christian. Yeah, what's up? You gotta go.
Hey, Smitty. Yeah, I'll let you go, dude. But I just wanted to say, man, thank you so much for everything that you do for this channel. Everybody loves you. Everybody appreciates you, and this is the best thing going right now.
All right, 100%. Go get some rest, bro. Go get some rest, bro. Later.
All right, Smitty. Hey, I'll check back in with you soon. All right. Have a good night. Thank you so much.
Let's go to the 414 caller. You've been waiting patiently. And you guys can stay on the line. Andy, you can stay on the line. You still got something you want to say. Hang tight real quick. 414 caller.
Hi, Smitty. This is Ethan. I wanted to ask you about, you said about taking, for the Superflex, I do a 2 QB league, taking a killer quarterback at the start. And then you had like Sam Howell and a bunch of those extra guys. What do you think about if you have like a 10 to the 12 spot pick in, your grandma league, just taking 2 killers and then using your waiver claim for that first injury that happens, like you had Dalton starting some games last year and stuff like that for that backup?
Yeah, I mean, that's okay. The 12 spot's really rough. Do you have the 12 pick?
No, but I've had success before with the late pick, and I remember that one year Elijah Mitchell, week 1, went off, and it was like, boom, waiver claim. And I was wondering, like, do you take 2 killer QBs, or do you like that, 1 killer and then you just hold a bunch? Because it's a grandma league. These guys, they don't trade anymore, and my older brother wants a 6-man bench.
If it's a grandma league, bro, what I would probably do from the 12 pick is take JJ and Jamar Chase or whoever is right there, and then I come in and take Jordan Love, Carr, or Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love, or Jordan Love, Anthony Richardson, Bryce Young, Jordan Love, and it sounds to me like you're going to get those quarterbacks. I would have.
You're not going to get Jordan Love or Rodgers because it's a Wisconsin league.
Okay, well,
you know what I mean?
but
Homers.
it feels like you're in a grandma league. You're probably going to be okay. You could even go one quarterback, and maybe Trevor Lawrence falls or something crazy to your 12 pick. But I don't like the 12 pick. I hope you don't get the 12 pick. My whole thing is if you get a top 5 pick, that's when you are literally, if you follow the formula, are in a really good spot to smash the league, not just win it, but annihilate it. And that's getting one of the top 5 quarterbacks and going back to your normal 1 QB draft mode for rounds 2, 3, 4, and then round 5 you start considering that other quarterback depending on who's there. Sometimes you're going to get a Jordan Love, maybe you won't in this league, but you can get a guy like that. You can get a Derek Carr, you can get an Anthony Richardson. I like Bryce Young. I think Bryce Young and a combination of Sam Howell and Bryce Young would be a fantastic QB2 for you, and then allow you to go hardcore second, third, fourth round to get those big dogs.
Yeah, I'm excited about Jordan Love for a QB2 because, I mean, he's going to play 17 games, and, you know, the upside, who knows, you know, I mean, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
I was curious about that.
Yep, appreciate you, Ethan. Definitely practice from the 12 pick. I don't love the 12 pick. I think you're at a huge disadvantage. Not that you can't win, not that you shouldn't try, but I definitely don't love that pick. That's a tough pick. But I think that if I'm going to do it, if Trevor Lawrence falls, you take it. If Lamar's there, you take him. But, you know, I'd be tempted to go CMC and Jamar Chase. I'd be tempted to go Jamar Chase and Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson. I'd be tempted to go that route. But if like a Lamar or a Watson's okay, you know, if you want to just take one QB to be safe. But I would rather roll the dice. Like if we look at this board right here, I think you're going to get quarterbacks to fall further than this. But look at Russell Wilson. Even if Russell Wilson didn't fall to round 7, he probably falls to like 5 or 6. And so if Russell Wilson were your first quarterback, if you had Russell Wilson and, I mean, even Bryce Young and Kyler, you know, Kyler falls. A lot of people won't draft Kyler because he's out for half a season. So they wait and they wait and they wait, and he could be had late.
Yeah.
So I'd scoop up those big dogs, bro.
And the top 5 guys, I agree with you, and I agree with you even on the Justin Fields. If he plays, you know, he's going to be a 1,000-yard rusher if he plays all 17 games. But I'm one of those guys. I mean, just looking at, I watch the games. You know, I watched people throw. It's like when they had Hard Knocks, and you could see that clearly Justin Herbert had a way stronger arm than Garoppolo or Trey Lance throwing in the turkey hole, as Gruden called it. I mean, I don't know. I don't see it with Fields being that killer thrower, but
I hear you. I hear you.
17 games, you got a 1,000-yard rusher.
Look, I hear you. I understand the we've heard it all before, but I think what people that are down on Fields don't see is that, or don't accept, is that he didn't have elite wide receiver play at all. Not even like good wide receiver play. He literally had nothing, and everybody's judging his quarterbacking off of what? His bad wide receivers were injured. He didn't even have his bad wide receivers healthy. So it's like, just wait, bro. DJ Moore is going to do wonders. Everything everybody's saying about Fields' accuracy and not being a good thrower, do you know how much more we heard of that from about Jalen Hurts last year? It was worse. It was so much worse. Fields is going around 3. Jalen Hurts went around 6. The doubt around Jalen Hurts' accuracy and ability to throw was 2 times worse. And no one remembers it. And no one admits it, that they were on that stance, bro. Now everybody loves him. Now everybody thinks he's their darling. Give Fields a chance. Fields hasn't even had an opportunity.
But Jalen Hurts has got this offense that, I mean, they're literally talking about outlawing this scrum.
Bro, did he before? No. No one liked the offense. Everyone's remembering this the way they want to remember it now because they feel they feel stupid that they didn't know this was coming. That's the problem with people's memories being foggy. And I'm not isolating you, Ethan, but I'm just saying in general, people act like they knew this offense was going to be good. They knew Hurts was going to be good in some capacity. Bro, this was getting trashed all around. Offense, he better do something with A.J. Brown, or it's not, he's never going to be anything. Look, they even want to draft a guy. The guy's accuracy's awful. He'll never be a good quarterback. And now everybody's acting like they thought, oh, well, I thought a lot of it was going to be good. I just wasn't No, they didn't, bro. He was a seventh round pick for a reason. There's a reason we were stealing him away left and right. He's a part of the tripod.
The tripod, also likened to pyramids in
I'll say
ancient
this about
Egypt,
DJ
are
Moore, though. If you had Baker Mayfield, who had this top rookie completion percentage, couldn't get it done with them throwing-wise. I mean, and also I've seen DJ Moore, beating, who was that? Tremont Diggs one-on-one until Diggs got that interception, I think 2 years ago. But, I mean, I don't know. We'll see how it goes for DJ Moore. I don't know. We'll see.
I just think no one's giving Fields a chance. It's ridiculous. It feels exactly like Jalen Hurts, and nobody's going to come back and admit it. That's all I'm saying. It's weird. It's weird how much, and some of it's not your fault because you're hearing it over and over from other people, and so you start to believe things you hear, and it's like Fields had nobody, bro. He was throwing to nobody.
Yeah.
He was scrambling around the field trying to find one of his bad wide receivers that wasn't injured. And literally carrying the team on his back. And then people wonder why he throws the ball out of bounds. Has anybody even done the research to see how many times this guy threw a ball out of bounds or incomplete on purpose? Everyone keeps talking about his inaccuracy. Did anybody watch the games like I did where this guy's extending the play like a magician, carrying the team on his back? I just don't even get where any Fields doubt comes from, to be honest. Like, I don't even understand it. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. He had nobody. And not to mention, they've fixed this team up on all sides in 100 different ways. This is a completely different team.
If he's available, one of those five guys, he's the last one. I'll take him. I'll take him. Because I've had guys that I didn't like, and then all of a sudden, hey, they turned out to be one of my top guys. I'll hear you on that. But
hey,
sometimes, that
Golf says
Bears fans,
Yeah, Golf says his Fields undersized. Is Fields undersized? No, bro. He's 6'3".
No, I don't. No.
He's 6'3", 223 pounds. Golf. He's not. He's the last thing. Is Jalen Hurts is 6'1". Jalen Hurts is a lot smaller than Justin Fields. I know people probably don't feel that way because Hurts carries himself very big. He looks big on the field, but and 6'1's no slouch, but he's 6'1". Fields is 6'3", 223, I think pounds. 6'3", 227. Pardon me. He's 230 pounds, bro. 6'3". He's actually a monster. Golf.
Hey, Smitty.
Wilson's got a muffin top now. I mean, he's done running. I mean, it's over. Those
Muffin
days
top.
are gone. They're done.
Who said Smitty?
It was me. Hey, I just wanted to say, I actually had a class with Jalen, in undergrad. So I've been a Jalen fan since day one. I'm just gonna say that I've been supporting that man since he was in Bama, and I've always been telling people he's gonna be something special. And I just, he just had to get that accuracy down. And he did, and he's just a monster. Watching him come up has been just crazy.
Yeah. Hey, Golf, I appreciate you, by the way. I hope you didn't take that the wrong way. But yeah, some people have said that Fields is small. I've heard that before, and I'm like, what? He's 6'3", 227. I'm 6'2.5", 6'2" probably now. I slouch in my chair, I lean over like this. My back's gonna feel like what's his name's Young's heels. I got to straighten up. I got to sit up straight. I'm 6'2". Thank God I'm not 227 pounds anymore. I was about 225. I'm 6'2", 209 pounds now, and I'm a pretty, like, wherever I go, I'm usually the tallest person or one of the tallest people around, or I this guy's a big dude, 6'3", 227 pounds. He would make me look small. So yeah, Fields is not a tiny guy. He's one of the bigger quarterbacks in the NFL. Granted, there's some 6'5" quarterbacks, and we've seen, like, what's his name, Flacco. Isn't Flacco like 6'6" or 6'5"? How tall is Joe Burrow? He's 6 foot. Joe Burrow is 6'4". Joe Burrow is 6'4". Mahomes is 6'2". Mahomes 6'2". Yeah. So Joe Burrow is about an inch taller. All right, hey, I'm gonna wrap this thing up, guys. Ethan, final thoughts. Go. 10 seconds.
Go Pack, go. That makes a lot. Have a good one.
All right, appreciate you, pal. Yeah, this he's not only is Fields big, but he's also, he's a big boy.
Big bad boy.
Okay, Tristan, final thoughts. 10 seconds.
Did you want to look at my team I drafted in that draft, or you don't have to if you're trying to wrap
Yeah,
this up?
Tristan, Justin Herbert, A.J. Brown, Jalen Waddle, Tony Pollard, Jordan Love, Calvin Ridley, Dalvin Cook, Javonte Williams, Jahan Dotson, Madison, Dalton Schultz, Gardner Minshew. It's a really good squad. I like it. I think you did really, really well.
It's kind of light on running back.
You what?
It's kind of light on running back.
Yeah.
I got the Dalvin Madison stack. I don't even know if that's gonna matter, but whatever.
Yeah, maybe I don't love Jalen Waddle in the third round, to be honest, in a super flex, but you did the running backs felt kind of weird. I think if maybe one of those guys like ETN or someone falls, then you'll be a lot happier. But I don't mind that team a lot. Jordan Love's a pretty good quarterback in round 5 for a second quarterback. Dalvin Cook could be a nice little surprise for you. So it's a good squad. Rockout's team. Rockout is in the far right column there, pick 5. Joe Burrow, Kenneth Walker, Saquon, Najee, Debo, Stroud, Terry McLaurin, Lockett, Pat Freiermuth, Zay Flowers. I like that team a lot, Rockout. I don't think he did bad at all. Justin Fields, Brees, Olave, Derek Carr, DJ Moore, Damian Pierce, Christian Kirk. I love what you did here. I love Cole Kmet down lower. I just would have done something different than Derek Carr there. That's the only thing I would have changed, just because it's such a crucial round still. But that's me. I mean, this is my preference. Leo, like everything you did, Leo minus Tua in round 3. I like team 2. I like team 1 minus the Daniel Jones. Romez, JJ.
I'm team 2.
You what?
I'm team 2.
Oh, you're team 2? Let's see here. Yeah, I like that. Who said I'm team 2? Adam? Adam. Yeah, nice team. Only thing I would have changed is Jameson seems a little high given the circumstances, but it is best ball, so that could work out fine.
Well, I had St. Brown, so I said,
yeah,
just take them both. And I felt like I could probably get a couple wide receivers that I like that I know other people are not high on.
Yeah.
So I just went ahead and took them.
I think that's a pretty good strategy, the way you explained it too. I mean, I could, if Nick Chubb and Henry land, you could win this particular group of 12. So it's a great team. You definitely have a shot at winning it. JJ, Dak, Devontae Smith, Andrews, Bryce Young, Aaron Jones, Miles Sanders is solid. Romez, Abraham, Tyreek. You got T-Law, Tyreek, Eckler, Goff. It's a good squad. I took Lamar, Cooper, ETN, Christian Watson, Jahmyr Gibbs, Anthony Richardson, Pickens, Evans, Kamara. I like my team. It's, I don't love the draft slot, so I don't think it's the best team, but I think I did pretty decent considering. Herbert, A.J. Brown, Waddle. Again, Waddle I would just maybe go in a different direction than Waddle there, but I don't know that you had a lot of options. So, if things fell differently, I would definitely lean differently. Jamar Chase, Travis Kelce. This is Ron Navy. Geno. He's been doing Geno a lot lately in Tua. So he's trying this out, and I get why. He's trying to mix it up, which is smart. Although he always has Charbonnet. Always snags Charbonnet no matter what kind of new strategy Ron's trying. He'll still grab Charbonnet from me. That's just fine. I see how it is, Ron. It's okay. But, I mean...
Yeah, I was hoping to get him too.
I think, Ron, if Ron would have maybe went Kenneth Walker instead of A.J. Brown... I'm sorry. Kenneth Walker instead of... Oh, wait, no. Let's see. Geno Smith. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he messed up there really taking Geno. It's not like it's a bad... we got TMT gifted 5 YouTube exclusive memberships. TMT.
To the moon.
Appreciate you, my man. Thank you so much. Lancaster got one. Randomly gifted by TMT to Lancaster. There he goes.
Congrats, Lancaster.
Okay, let's see. Team 12, McCaffrey, JT, Adams, Higgins, Murray, Judy, Garoppolo. Don't like those QBs, though. If you had gotten, like, Love somehow, Jordan Love and Anthony Richardson or something, I would have really liked that team a lot. Bijan, Deshaun, Watson, Kirk, Aaron Rodgers, Stafford. What is going on here? 4 straight quarterbacks. I mean, you got to get Aaron Rodgers and Watson. If you would have just used that 35 pick on a player besides Kirk Cousins and that 59 on a player besides Matthew Stafford, I would have loved this team, bro. You got Swift and Kyle Pitts. You would have. I'll just say this, from this 11 spot with Bijan, Watson, I kind of like Watson there at that particular spot. Bijan, Watson, and then let's say you got a I mean, even if it was Adams, let's say Bijan, Watson, Adams, and I'm not even super high on Adams, Aaron Rodgers, and then like a Jahmyr Gibbs type or a Charbonnet type, who was available. Charbonnet was available. Man, that team would have been fire. Tristan, I went over yours. I think I've got all the teams done. Okay, guys, I'm going to bounce you off here. Appreciate you, Tristan. Thank you for calling in, and I'll talk to you next time, pal.
Thanks.
Jake the Snake, 10 seconds, go.
Yeah, I just wonder about Lamar's ADP potentially dropping because, I mean, if you really think about it, there's not a 100% chance that he plays this year. You never really know, and just the fact that he's going above Lawrence, Herbert, and
You don't think
Watson,
Lamar's going to play?
super tough.
You don't think Lamar's going to
Well,
play?
I do. I'm just saying there's not a 100% chance. I mean, there's probably a 90+% chance, but
Yeah,
you
he'll
just
play.
don't really know. Which is,
I mean,
I feel like the ADP is a little high for him.
Thanks, Matt. Appreciate you, Matt. I would say that, if there's ever a player that's going to... Thank you, Rockout. Appreciate you. If there's ever a player that's going to sit out and prove their point in a crazy way, I guess it would be Lamar. So, to your point. But I don't think he's holding out. I 0% think he's going to hold out. But he would be the one guy that would. But, Lamar,
Okay.
I like Lamar at... Like this pick right here, so it took Lamar at 8. I don't mind it. I think he's a bust in Baltimore. Best ball, I could weather through 4 or 5 missed games, which would make him a bust. He usually does well for at least half a season, no matter what. So, I don't know. I don't love this pick. That's why I don't love my team. I like my team. I don't love my team. I probably will never love my team. It's even hard for me to love my team with Trevor Lawrence because I just love the Joe Burrow, Fields, Hurts, and Josh Allen and Pat Mahomes advantage. It's such a big advantage.
Yeah, I get you. You should see if you love your team with Deshaun Watson. I'll leave it there.
Hey,
That's okay.
I did say I like this guy's team from the 11 spot. Bijan, Deshaun Watson. Had he just not taken Kirk Cousins and Matthew Stafford at 35 and 59, he would have had a fire team. And I'm not saying
agree.
Cousins is bad. I'm saying that I was satisfied with the Rodgers-Watson duo, and then Kirk Cousins and Stafford just kind of stand in the way. You got Kyle Pitts and Swift, and that's a great squad. That would have been an amazing squad. Who is that? Does anybody know who that is? Is that anybody in the chat? At 11 spot. All right, bro. Appreciate you, Jake.
Yep, thanks for
Jake the
calling.
Snake.
Have a nice night.
Yeah, later, pal. Andy, final 10 seconds.
I'll say Kendre Miller is your next Moon Man.
I like him a
Kendre
lot.
Miller makes your Moon Man list by August.
I mean, he's on the short list for sure, bro. We love him. We love him here.
Yeah.
All right,
Love me
Andy,
some
appreciate you.
Kendre. All right, Smitty.
Later. Adam, 10 seconds.
Yeah, you were talking about Henry and Chubb if they do well. I actually didn't. They weren't my original people. I originally wanted Pollard and Stevenson, but they both got picked like a couple picks before I got my pick. So because I went to stud wide receivers, I wanted to have 2 stud running backs as well.
Hey, man, it worked
So
out
that's why
pretty
I
well.
went that route.
I mean, at best ball, I like it. You know, because the optimal scoring, I like it. Best ball, I like it. I don't know who your other running backs are. P. Ryan, you're a little light at running back, though. Wow. Yeah, you didn't even go. Oh,
Yeah.
that might be your downfall. I didn't look at
Yeah.
your whole depth yet. You definitely, I would probably grab.
My running. Everybody kept taking all the good running backs. By the time it was my turn, I was like, man, there's nobody I
Yeah.
want.
Yeah, man, that's tough. That's tough. I would have probably grabbed a couple more
Yeah.
just to shore it up, because that could be where you end up getting hit. If you lose Chubb or Henry or both, you're done, you know. But try this approach
Oh, yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Just different guys, different strategies. I like it. All right, bro. Later.
Have a good one.
I'm out of here. I'll see you all tomorrow night. I don't know if I'll be live. If there's breaking news, I'm sure I will. And there's a possibility if you know, there's breaking news. Peanut Butter and Waver says Tom Brady by round 20 is the move. Well, I had to take him. I took him around 19. See, right? Let's see. Where is it? Oh, you can't see it yet. Tom Brady right there. Round 19. That's my pick. Sorry, Peanut Butter and Wavers. Now you're going to get him in 18. Ruin his ADP. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I don't know what the schedule is looking like tomorrow. If we got breaking news, maybe we don't even mock draft if we're doing live news all day or something. Or if there's no news, I'll see you during the mock draft. Peace out. I'm live Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern, every single Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm live whenever news breaks, and these are the mock draft and live draft dates, days of the week. Tuesday, Thursday, Friday today, and Saturday tomorrow. Right around midnight Eastern. Usually it's about 12:30, to be honest. All right. See you all later. Later, Travis. Later, TMT. TMT, thank you for the super chat, my guy. TMT dropped a super chat, a $20 hauler, by the way. TMT to the moon. Straight to the moon. Young to the moon with a $10 hauler. Rock out, $2 hauler. Jason, $2 hauler. Appreciate every single one of you. Super chat and can't get a new draft. Let's go. Can I get a new draft? Jason, I'm sorry that these drafts take so long. They're like 45 minutes to an hour, so we can only do one draft at a time. But Jason, I appreciate your super chat. Appreciate your support. You are the man. Jason to the moon. Ron Navy, quiet tonight in the building, just relaxing. Thank you, G Money. Appreciate you. TMT's the man. Peanut Butter and Wavers, appreciate you, pal. Jason, again, sorry about not doing another one. Appreciate your super chat. I will see you all later.
The tripod, also likened to pyramids in ancient Egypt, are constructed using Burrow or Hertz, Chase or a JB Hull or Walker.
The stack above all stacks. It's time to drop the pancake emojis in the live chat.
People are getting burrowed left and right, and people are going to remember it.
Get burrowed.